feeling of morning fatigue isn't hunger. It's your body calling for help. Stop eating breakfast to eliminate the obstruction, unleash great vitality, and activate the miraculous regeneration within you. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ethan Marshall, a 60-year-old health expert in the United States. After decades of practice and in-depth research into natural physiology, I must tell you something that might shock many of you seeking health truths. The worst eating habit you unknowingly maintain daily, the one that makes you age quickly, causes chronic fatigue, and accumulates disease, is your large breakfast. If you are ready to uncover this secret, a secret modern scientists often overlook, please support me by hitting subscribe, like this video, and share this crucial message with your loved ones. Your support is my motivation to continue delivering quality, authentic content. We've been taught that breakfast is the foundation, an indispensable factor for a productive day. But I want you to perform a cognitive shift, the no breakfast plan. I am presenting here is not a fad. It's a profound philosophy rooted in respecting biological laws. Our goal is to reposition this meal. According to research by pioneers like Arnold Ehret, when you wake up, your body is at the peak of a natural excretory process. It's busy dissolving and preparing to expel the obstruction O, meaning toxic waste products like mucus, uric acid, and accumulated residue. This is the most essential work after a night's rest. However, by consuming a hearty breakfast, especially foods high in starch or protein, which are mucus-forming foods, you immediately send a signal to your body to halt that critical cleansing task. Precious energy must be diverted to digest and neutralize the incoming food load. Have you ever felt sluggish or sleepy right after breakfast? That's not a sign you are full. It's your body being exhausted from switching from cleansing mode to heavy digestion mode. This plan urges you to extend this golden window of purification until noon, allowing the body to complete its natural detoxification cycle to achieve sustainable weight loss and increased energy. So, is your breakfast habit serving you or hindering you? Which option will you choose to start your day? A, the traditional hearty breakfast, or B, the no breakfast plan, to optimize vitality? Please comment your choice below. This is the in-depth analysis of the detoxification mechanism we discussed. A crucial step to understand why the no breakfast plan brings such powerful regeneration. Our core problem analysis begins by identifying the silent enemy, the obstruction O, which Professor Arnold Ehret identified as the fundamental cause of all disease and aging. Eat to Live, Lesson 2. This obstruction, physically speaking, is simply congestion, the buildup of mucus, pus, uric acid, and countless foreign matters in our system. Have you ever wondered why people are increasingly plagued by degenerative diseases, from arthritis to heart issues, even when they supposedly eat well? The answer lies in Ehret's philosophical formula. Vitality, Rongch, power, obstruction, V, probros, P, O. Our power, P, the source of cosmic energy absorbed through breath and natural elements, is infinite. But our performance and quality of life are diminished by this very obstruction. Eat to Live, Lesson 6. When the body struggles with a toxic load, it functions like a car with the brakes on. Dr. Norman Walker noted that constipation is not just difficult bowel movements, but a state of cellular constipation, where waste is hardened in the colon pockets and blood vessels, causing self-poisoning. The Secret to Regeneration, pages 15-84. Modern people, with eating habits full of mucus-forming foods like refined starches, dairy, and meat, are unknowingly cultivating a mobile septic tank inside. This congestion weakens the circulatory system, forces the heart to overwork, and makes detoxifying organs like the liver and kidneys less efficient. And here is the crux related to breakfast. After a night of fasting, the body mobilizes all energy to eliminate these toxins. If you introduce a large caloric meal, an emergency stop command, you divert energy to digestion, immediately halting the cleansing process. Therefore, extending the fasting window until noon is not about starving the body, but a deeply philosophical act to optimize life. It is the way we reduce the obstruction, O, thereby releasing the latent vitality, V, for other physical and mental activities. Eat to Live, Lesson 21. This is the first step to eliminating the root of all disease and reestablishing natural bodily harmony. The solution to this chronic congestion does not lie in expensive medications, but in simplicity and natural discipline. We need to execute a conversion from disease-causing foods to healing foods by wisely implementing intermittent fasting. Extending the fast until noon is the most philosophical and scientific action. It is not starving the body. It is providing an opportunity for the body to use energy for detoxification. During this phase, what we consume plays a decisive role. Instead of food, we need liquids capable of dissolving the obstruction, O, without interrupting the elimination process. This is where fruit and vegetable juices come into play. Water and juices from organic acidic fruits, like lemon, grapefruit, or fresh vegetables, like celery, act as powerful solvents. Professor Arnold Ehret pointed out that these substances neutralize the viscosity of mucus and pus, making them easier to pass through the circulatory system and be excreted via the kidneys and colon. Eat to Live, Lesson 14. The goal of drinking juice is not immediate nutrition, but excretion. The combination of intermittent fasting and purifying liquids has been mentioned for millennia. Referring back to ancient teachings, we find that Jesus guided the sick to use water for internal baptism, expelling all Satan, i.e., disease and toxins, from the body through the intestines. The Gospel of Peace, page 18. This is historical evidence of the importance of internal cleansing. Today, we call it colon detox or enemas, a practice that pioneers like Norman Walker and Bernard Jensen have proven essential for removing accumulated plaque, residue, and parasites. However, purification does not stop at the intestines and stomach. For the healing process to be most effective, we must incorporate other natural elements. We should sunbathe and practice deep breathing, angels of light and air, as taught in the Gospel of Peace. Sunlight provides electrical energy and vitality, while deep breathing enhances the oxidation process, accelerating the removal of gaseous and liquid waste through the lungs and skin. The Gospel of Peace, page 19. The combination of fasting, reducing obstruction, and natural elements, increasing power and purification, is the most reasonable and perfect path for the body's self-regeneration. We have analyzed the problem and found the solution. Now let's look at the results, the outcome of adhering to the laws of nature. The effectiveness of the no breakfast plan far exceeds what an average person might imagine. When we reduce the obstruction, O, the body immediately responds with a regeneration of vitality, V. This is when your machine removes the brakes and starts operating at optimal efficiency. Unbelievable increase in vitality. You will feel a surge of energy not supplied by food, but released energy from the work of digestion and toxin neutralization. People often mistakenly believe they need to eat for strength, but the truth is they need to stop eating to gain true strength. The reduced burden on the circulatory system, heart, and liver helps these organs recover function, thereby eliminating chronic fatigue. Eat to Live, Lesson 6. Restoring bodily integrity. When toxins no longer invade, the body begins its self-healing process. This is the regeneration process that natural health masters have researched extensively. Chronic symptoms that modern medicine often calls living with the problem will gradually disappear. I have recorded many cases where patients overcame persistent ailments. Healing from the roots. Consider cases of pharyngitis or sinusitis. In my view, they are manifestations of excessive mucus buildup in the head cavity. A patient of mine suffered from chronic laryngitis for years, but after persistently adopting a detox and fasting regimen, the symptoms significantly subsided. The waste cleansing process also helped the patient eliminate chronic back pain, numb limbs, and gain mental clarity. The secret to regeneration. Pages 160-161. Mental clarity. Bernard Jensen affirmed that intestinal toxemia causes neurological disorders like depression, anxiety, and lack of concentration. When the intestines are clean, the mind automatically becomes clear and peaceful. A young patient of mine who overcame stage 4 sarcoma described the result. Cheerful, optimistic, grateful, flat stomach, light feeling. After detoxing and eating raw foods, the secret to regeneration, page 187. This change proves that we are what we think, and our thoughts depend on the cleanliness of our bodies. Reversing the aging process. The continuous elimination of mucus and pus helps body cells regenerate in a clean environment, fighting degeneration. Some patients even felt they grew younger and regained the physique and strength of their youth. The secret to regeneration, page 150. This is not magic, but the return to perfect physiological function. This efficacy proves that the path to health and happiness is not in complex medicines or invasive surgery, but in the simplicity of adhering to the great laws of nature and trusting the infinite self-healing capacity of your own body. The truth, Teddy, is that we have reached the end of this discovery journey. After seeing the root of the problem and the power of the solution, now is the time for you to make a commitment. A commitment not to me, but to your own body and your future. My first and most important advice is don't just try. Practice. The no breakfast plan is not a temporary diet or a trendy fad. It is a philosophical reversal, the art of compensation for the mistakes we have unknowingly sown in our bodies over the years. Start today by drinking a large glass of warm lemon water in the morning to initiate toxin dissolution. Postpone your first meal until around noon, allowing your power P to be maximized. Your persistence will be rewarded with the re-establishment of the natural laws within. Adhere to the golden rules. Eat simply. Only 2 to 3 types of food per meal to reduce digestive load. Never eat full. Always stop at about 1/3 of your capacity. And avoid foods that cause the obstruction. Refined starches, processed meats, sugary items. More importantly, broaden this cleansing process by utilizing the free and powerful elements of nature. Practice regular enemas not because you are sick, but because you need to eliminate the mobile septic tank inside to gain a clear mind. Sunbathe and practice deep breathing. That is how we connect with the angels of light and air, supplying electricity and oxygen to the cells. The ultimate goal is not just to have a healthy body. It is to achieve spiritual perfection as Jesus taught. Love the Father in heaven and Mother Earth with all your heart and spirit. When you love and care for your body, the temple of your soul, you are expressing love for the Creator. This is the path to health, happiness, and peace, the greatest assets bestowed upon us. Once you have this peace and vitality, you will never fear disease or death, because you know that life is eternal. I urge you to commit to living a life in harmony with the laws of nature. Have faith in your body's ability to heal itself, hope for a disease-free future, and live in love. That is all that is required.